Do you believe that a blank paper can help a person to I want it, I got it? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Uyen Nie, and I'm really glad to be standing here with all of you today. We hope that we could have a great time together. Let me introduce a bit about myself. I'm so nervous. Can you give me a big of applause, please? Thank you. Thank you. So I'm a senior student at Foreign Trade University in Ho Chi Minh City, majoring in International Business Management. And I used to be a Uyen Nie too in English specialized class. Anyone here from Uyen Nie? Please raise your hand. Lovely. Nice to meet you all. And some of you might also know me as the winner of my university beauty pageant FTU Charm 2023, which is Duyên dáng ngoại thương 2023. And some of you might also know me as an AmJam scholar, which is a very special scholarship awarded by American Chamber of Commerce in 2024. And finally, some of you might also know me as an TEDxAko in ISEC, which is one of the largest youth organizations in the world. And I'm still so proud to present all those titles everywhere that I go. But I don't think that those titles are big enough to call it success for everyone. But to me, they are all turning point miracles, personally. And do you know what the secret, what lies behind all those titles? It's a blank sheet of paper. And that's also what I'm gonna bring in here today. Two personal stories that have completely shifted my perspective on learning and growth with the concept of a blank paper. Now, give it up to the first story, please. Thank you. So the first story takes us back to my university days. And at that time, for 4 years, I remember, I delivered well over 100 presentations. And I'm not saying this to boast, but I feel really confident speaking in front of a lot of people. And as a result, every single presentation, an A, and I was the go-to person for the presentation role among my friends. And you can see that I even got the chance to be on very big stage in my university, such as FTU Charm, FTU Day. Those are very big events in my universities where I got the chance to speak in front of hundreds of people. And I thought to myself, well, I thought that I had my public speaking pretty much mastered until one day when I got my very first MC job that I got paid for. I stood on the stage, I stammered, and I even pronounced the event name wrong, which is really ridiculous, and it was such a terrible experience to me. And the customer never booked me again as an MC. So I lost my customer as my very first MC job. But that's what also the moment when I realized this is not good at all. You need to learn how to be an MC, how to speak in front of the public again. And that was also the moment when I adopted the blank paper mindset for the very first time. So what I did, I enrolled in a very foundational and basic speaking class. And imagine a girl who used to score A in every presentation start pronouncing every single Vietnamese word like as if I were a kindergarten student. Again, you can imagine it's like A, O, U, and then I, E, every single night. And you just can't think of my roommate's confused face when every single night when I started reading the newspaper and then started pronouncing like a kid again. So that was a really interesting experience. But you know what? From that little moment, from the little steps, from that blank paper mindset, the experience was transformative, and my voice and my knowledge of being an MC truly improved in a way that I couldn't have done if I had walked into that classroom with the mindset of I used to got a presentation ego, you know. And now I was formally an MC now, which is also my side job here, which I'm very proud. And that was the first story. Let's come to the second one. So the second one, as you might have known, that I used to be a member of ISEC, one of the youth largest organization in the world, for 3 years. And out of that 3 years, I have 1 year of being the head of function, which is a leadership role in ISEC. And it was a really incredible experience because I got the chance to lead teams of 15, sometimes even more. I managed different projects, make significant decisions, and hard work really paid off when my project double growth in performance in that year and received awards after that also. And in that year, I also myself, as the head of function, received the Amgen Scholar Award in 2024. And at that time, I feel really confident in my leadership skill, in my problem-solving skill. And I said, oh my God, I have such a huge package of achievement that I made during the experience. So, which made me really confident when I ended my ISEC journey and started to, start my corporate world after that. But once again, when I stepped into corporate work and when I first applied for a job, which is one of the very prestigious programs for an multinational company in Ho Chi Minh City, and I failed. Surprisingly, I failed. But that was a very, very painful experience, and I cried a lot. That was really terrible experience for me. So I started with a more foundational and entry role, an intern at TikTok. So this is just an intern role, but I thought to myself, just like with public speaking, I will adopt a blank paper mindset all over again. So during my internship, I strive for excellence, no matter how small the task is. And, I thought to myself, okay, this is a new challenge, this is new environment, but my previous experience, leadership position in ISEC can be valuable, yes, but I will try my best to know how the job is done here in TikTok. So I tried a lot, and the result was I was given more authority and ownership in my scope of work, although I was just an intern in a team. I learned faster than I ever thought possible because I wasn't letting the title head of function previously to be on the way of getting to know how the job is done in TikTok. So I quickly built credibility and build trust among my clients and also my direct managers. And so I ended my internship really happily, and I got compliments from my clients and my direct managers, which I'm really proud. So that was my second story. So what is the similarity between these two seemingly different stories that I brought to the stage today? It's a blank sheet of paper. Why is that? So imagine a paper that is already covered in writing, when you try to write on top of that paper, what happens? It becomes messy, hard to read, and the new text struggle to integrate with the old one, right? So that's exactly what happens when we approach a new environment, a new skill with a paper that is covered in text. The existing experience, the past achievement can actually be a barrier. They limit our capability to absorb new knowledge, to see things from a different angles, to unlearn what might no longer serve us, and to relearn with a greater depth. And I have done my first NC job and applied for that multinational company with the paper covered in writing, in text, in ego, in the belief that I already know all of it. That's why I failed painfully. In contrast, a blank sheet of paper, it represents, I'm ready to learn more. It represents unlearn to relearn. So when you approach a new environment, a new skill, you have the mindset of a blank paper can help you to increase your ability for absorption, the new information. You are not filtering the new information through the lens of the old assumptions. So just like the fact that it's much easier to write on top of the blank paper rather than on top of the existing, the paper that is covered in writing, right? Do you agree? If yes, please raise your hand. Thank you. Yeah. So that's I think that the similarity between the two stories I brought to the stage today. So in a series of experiments in 2022, Liquid and Goblet have found out that children tend to be more exploratory than adults, and as a result, they are better at finding the foundational structure of a task better than adults. So that's a surprising advantage of childhood cognition, which is a greater tendency for exploration that facilitates deeper learning. So you can see that mindset of a child is just like a blank sheet of paper. You know, and just as the results of the research has told us that when we adopt a blank paper mindset, when we are willing to start from zero, we can actually accelerate our progress because you're not getting bogged down by the ego or by the need to prove that you know something, and you're free to experiment, to explore, because you are not held back by the weight of the past baggage. That's why. So, are you dismissing new ideas because you think that you have done it before? Are you letting your past achievement to be preventing you from exploring new opportunities? I challenge you in your next journey to embrace a blank paper mindset, which is embrace the humility of a beginner, embrace the curiosity of a child. Write down 3 things that you think you are so good at, you are knowledgeable about, and I challenge you in your next journey to unlearn and relearn on those 3 things. And you will see the miracles by watching how much more you can grow, how much further you can grow, and how much further you can go. And this is not my first time being a guest speaker in front of people, but this is my first time being a TED speaker for TEDxAko Dhong Youth. You guess what? I adopted this invitation, this opportunity with a blank sheet of paper. Thank you.